Senator Lee for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Ms. Gupta, can federally funded hospitals force nurses to assist in abortions when it would violate their stated religious or moral convictions?
Senator, the Supreme Court spoke. I believe this is the issue you're referring to in the Little Sisters case, and if I am confirmed as Associate Attorney General, I will be enforcing that case as well.
And so I assume then you would also continue to make sure that the Department of Justice pushes this where people deviate from that standard, including in an existing case that the Department of Justice has against the University of Vermont Medical Center, which has been accused of forcing a nurse to participate in abortion procedures in violation of current law.
Senator, obviously I'm not in the building. I'd want to understand the nature of that case, but it is incumbent on me and anyone else at the Justice Department to enforce Supreme Court precedent, and the Supreme Court spoke on this issue.
Okay. I'll take that to mean that you'll keep moving forward with that one. I want to get back to some of the consent decree slush fund issues we were discussing earlier today. Now, when you were the head of the Civil Rights Division at the Department of Justice, you signed off on multiple statements where defendants were required to pay into a fund run by independent or unrelated third parties. Is that right?
Yes, I must have. I think I did not write the regulations that were in place at that time.
You signed off on them?
Yes, as head of the division, I would have signed off on those settlements.
Now, earlier today, you testified that you would abide by a regulation promulgated by the Department of Justice last year, banning these slush funds. But as I presume you know, on January 20th of this year, the same day President Biden was sworn in, the White House issued a list of over 100 agency actions for review for potential repeal and listed just one with respect to the Department of Justice, which happens to be the very regulation that we're talking about here, the regulation banning slush funds run by third parties. So I'm worried that this regulation is going to be repealed, and then you may go back to your prior practice that you had adopted of approving these at this time in your new capacity of approving these slush funds. So will you commit to abiding fully by the content of the regulation, regardless of whether it's repealed?
Senator, I don't know what the status of that review is. I, to be honest with you, wasn't aware that it was listed in among those 100 things. If I am confirmed, I would want to understand what the cause for concern is in the review, what the equities are, and would welcome the opportunity to speak with your office about it, were there to be any move away from the existing regulation.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. South Dakota, in the not too distant past, considered a bill to limit gender reassignment surgeries for children under the age of 16. My understanding is that the bill failed, and when it failed inside the South Dakota legislature, you made some statements to the effect that you were, quote, so happy and, quote, so thankful that that these surgeries would be universally available to children under the age of 16. At what age then, if it's not appropriate to limit these surgeries to children under the age of 16, at what age would it be inappropriate to grant a gender reassignment surgery decision to a child, other than surgeries on infants or someone who has been born in an intersex category?
Senator, I believe that everyone must be treated with dignity and respect. These are, I'm assuming, very personal decisions that get made in families. My job, if I'm confirmed as Associate Attorney General, will be to enforce existing laws, obviously protecting the dignity of all people, as is in our federal civil rights laws, but and that will be my mandate at the Justice Department.
And where this sort of thing is appropriate, do you believe that parents should give their consent before such a surgery is performed?
Senator, honestly, there's the facts here matter. There's so many facts in any particular individual circumstances, and I don't believe it's for the Justice Department, if I'm confirmed, to be opining on that kind of very personal decision that gets made in families or by individuals. In fact, I believe it would be highly improper. And so, again, my allegiance will be to enforcing existing federal laws and ensuring that the dignity of all Americans is protected.
Thank you.
Are there any senators on the Democratic side seeking 5 minutes? Senator Booker.